What's up? Whoever's watching. Nope. Nope. No, well. What's going on? Whoever's watching. What's going on, Tech? Not much, dude. Been a while since you and I talked. Oh, by the way, those of you watching, I probably should have thought out the video that I uploaded about the Virginia mom who threatened the the school board in Page County, Virginia. I should have thought that one out through, think about what I was about to say beforehand. But threatening a school board, I think that's incredibly stupid. That's just my opinion. But, anyways. Because what's his name? Truth is Freedom commented and he said, like the taste of the tyrant's boots. I wasn't trying to be a bootlicker, but when someone goes around and threatens someone over mask mandates, I'm like, come on now. That's the stupidest thing I ever heard. But yeah, that's what happened. Tech, have you been watching Guns and Gadgets videos as of late? Man, there's a bunch of people on there that are freaking stupid. Speaking of which, oh, here's another one. Another state pushing a Second Amendment Preservation Act. What is that going to do? Well, that's something I need to do too, there, Tech, because of course, it seems like every time he makes a video every day, it just seems like I got to take a look at it. I don't want to do that personally. I just want to steer clear of politics. Those people are still asking Big Brother government permission to exercise their rights. Still, begging for their rights by calling their supervisors and representatives and the ATF. The ATF, the biggest enemy of the 2A community. I mean, come on, dude. At this point, like, I don't know. Well, usually I just look at the comments first before I watch the videos because I know what the video is going to be about. Oh, well, we got to contact our representatives. We got to contact right to our senators. We got to do this. We got to do that. What good has that done? Like, has contacting and writing to your representatives and senators and the ATF really done anything for the 2A community? Has it really done anything? Done anything good? No, it hasn't. Tanums, Tatums. I'm not too sure about that guy. Haven't heard of him before. What's his channel name? Is it just Tanums, whatever? Oh, that dude. That dude is a freaking idiot. Speaking of which, wait, isn't that the same guy who? Yep, it's that guy. Didn't he say that like that one video he made? He made some kind of video that that everybody should be joining the military, serving their community. Not everybody can be in the freaking military. Just like not everybody can be a cop or a freaking fed or a freaking firefighter, EMT, or paramedic. Oh, I'm pretty sure it is pure ignorance on Officer Tatum, whatever how you pronounce his thing, Tatum, whatever it is. There, especially Mike the cop. There's pure ignorance. Especially when I watched the video, Mike the cop's video about the cop who put his hand whatever around the female cop's throat, neck, and all that. The ignorance is mind-boggling. My gosh, that's Mike the cop, by the way, for those of you watching. What's the other guy's name? Iraq veteran 8888. Talk about pure ignorance. Shoot. An act of God? No, it's going to take God himself to come down here and save this country. Seems like it's looking like that. It's going to have to be, I don't care what God it is. I don't care if it's, oh, heavy duty country. That dude is freaking stupid. I can't really say, I try to tolerate Ryan Upchurch, but at the same time, he does say some things that I don't agree with. But heavy duty country, my gosh, that guy, no, no, thank you. He's another one of those guys who believes, just like Zombie Farmer, who believes that civil war is inevitable, inevitable, whatever you pronounce. I don't know. Oh, it's going to happen. No, it's not, because people are too comfortable. I rather watch video Hickok 45's videos over heavy duty country's videos any time of the day. The one good thing about Hickok 45, he doesn't go into the political BS that much. He just reviews guns. That's it. That's all he does. Maybe I need to follow, you know, his lead and just stay in my own lane, do what I've always done, upload fire response videos. And of course, I need to get a camera if I want to do this ghost hunting vids. I'm pretty sure Zombie Fairy is doing Fairy. Yeah, I said Fairy. Zombie Fairy is still spewing out a bunch of cognitive dissonance. That's all they do. In my opinion, it's like I said in the previous video I just uploaded. What if the conservatives are now the liberals, but they've been absorbed into liberalism? I actually believe that. Maybe conservatism has been absorbed into liberalism. What if the right is now the left? Hmm. Which completely, you know, the whole point that conservatives and liberals are two sides of the same coin. Well, that argument's been thrown out the window because if you know if the right has liberal ideologies, policies, ideas, and all that kind of stuff, but they've been they've been absorbed into liberalism, and all that kind of stuff. Well, then there you go. Yeah, that's the main reason why I responded to him. I wasn't going to respond to him after a while, after I got so much negative attention from his followers, but you know what? When someone says, "Oh, you got to have, in God you trust, God we trust," on license plates, I'm gonna say that's absolutely stupid. That's like a Christian, actually, it is a Christian forcing his religious views onto other people. And I think that's a bunch of bullshit. It really is. Like when I was a Christian back in the old days, um, 11 years ago, I didn't force my, religious views onto other people. And when I converted to Norse paganism, I didn't force my, religious views onto other people. I didn't. That's the one thing I don't understand about Christians. They say they follow God's law, yet they also abide by the government's law. I don't understand that one bit whatsoever. I really don't. But today I had a very eventful day. I had to go to Bedford. Uh, Still dealing with the COVID-19 remnants. But anyways, I had to go to Bedford and go to my mechanic, and apparently I had some kind of long piece of something. Looks like a nail or a long piece of a broken antenna, some kind of wire or something like that. That was in my tire. It punctured a hole in my back passenger tire. So then I found out it's on, you know, I have to get 4 new tires because dry rot and all that might affect the transmission and all that kind of stuff. So I got to get those 4 new tires this Wednesday, which means I have to go back to work. Don't want to, but see, this is the one thing I wish. I wish I was rich, so I don't have to worry about, you know, car payments, cell phone payments, electricity bills, any bills and all that kind of stuff. I wouldn't have to worry about it because I have all the money in the world. And of course, I would go ahead and get the type of bunion surgery I want to get, the right kind of bunion surgery, the Lapiplasty 3D bunion correction surgery. So that's the one thing about, especially healthcare. All these politicians, they always say the same thing over and over again. They the reason why they talk about, building healthcare to be more affordable and all that kind of stuff, lowering taxes and all that, it's because they want the votes. They want the votes, dude. Seriously, it's that simple. They want the votes. That's the main reason why they say, "Oh, we're going to try to make healthcare affordable. We're going to lower taxes." All these repubs and Dems, they talk about, well, we gotta lower these taxes. We gotta lower the cost of healthcare. We gotta lower the cost of this and that, all that kind of stuff. They talk about we got to create jobs and we got to do this about with the workforce and all that kind of stuff. One side, the main talking point is equality, diversity. The other side believes that they believe in freedom, but they don't. They believe that you, as a individual person with natural born rights, that you can't go into a movie theater and sit down and just yell fire when you can. There's a reason why they're called unalienable rights. What's going on, NG? Oh man. What's that one video? Wait, I think I actually like it. Here it is.
Because I asked Big Daddy Government for permission. He says I'm okay. I do paperwork. I do paperwork 4473. Paperwork 4473 means you free. You are free to buy a pew pew. It goes pew pew. It's a pew pew. Goes pew pew. Get rid of bad guys. I asked government permission, and he say yes. I have pew poo, pew pew. The government says yes, I can have pew pew. But
Well, that video I liked a lot. Like if I could, I'd like it 100 times, maybe 1,000 times. Yeah, you made a good point that, see, the thing is, like I said, I can't call myself a patriot. Really, I can't. I can't, because I asked the government permission to be armed when the moment I signed those 4473 forms, the firearms I wanted to get, and I asked the government permission to conceal carry. I can't call myself a patriot. I mean, everything I've been preaching about, especially the last year, 3 years, I think this country needs to go back into the outlaw mentality, the good outlaw mentality. But too bad people don't have the freaking balls to do that. Like I said, everybody says they're a patriot until it's time to do patriot shit, and everybody says they're an outlaw until it's time to do outlaw shit. You know why, Tech? Because they're conditioned to be submissive just like everybody else. They're conditioned to be controlled. They're conditioned to, they've been, what's the word? Indoctrinated. You know, I'm actually going to say that the next time I want to get a gun. I'm going to be like, so where's the permission slip for me to get this gun? See what kind of look I get. I'm going to go, I'm not going to hold back. I'm just going to say, well, it is what it is. It's asking the government permission to be armed. Yep, basically how it is, NG. Conditioned to believe permission conditions to be sorry, conditioned to believe permission is freedom. I mean, we might as well be Nazi Germany, but then again, some people might still, I've actually read this. There are some people out there who believes that the United States of America today is the Fourth Reich. Doesn't surprise me. Really doesn't. There's some people who believes that this country is the Fourth Reich. Well, if you're pissing people off, you're saying the right things. You're doing something right. You're saying the right things. Besides, I'm not a people person anyways. If I was around like-minded people, my mind would be at ease. That's right. My mind would be at ease. But they would say, "Oh, well, this government's communist." They don't realize that the government has Nazi ideologies too. It just amazes me that people who call themselves patriots, but they don't know the first thing about freedoms and about rights. They don't know what rights are. They don't know what freedoms are. They no matter how many times they say the one-liners, it's always the same old low-hanging fruit. It's always the same old low-hanging fruit. And they say, oh, taxation without representation is theft. Yet those people continue to pay taxes. They're paying for the tax stamps, ammo taxes, the firearms taxes, and all that kind of stuff. They're paying for the sales tax. There's people who call themselves patriots. Going on social media saying, "Oh well, we got to boycott not paying taxes." I keep on saying to those people, you do realize it's going to be impossible to not pay for taxes, right? Your taxes and all that, because not only you're paying for property taxes, you're also paying for SSI taxes, Medicaid, Medicare taxes, local and federal and state government taxes with your paychecks and all that kind of stuff. And let's see what else. Whatever taxes there is. If the federal government got off their freaking rear ends and actually legalized marijuana, the use of marijuana for recreational use and medical use, I guarantee you they will tax the sale, tax marijuana all to hell. Well, I agree with you, NG. That's all they care about is control. You know, people who say I'm going to fight and I'm going to protect and defend the Constitution, but then they turn around and say, "Well, I have to help out my family. I got to protect my family." How can you protect? How can you fight for your rights and protect your family at the same time? I don't understand that. A lot of it doesn't make any sense. I mean, and you know, you got a lot of these preppers. They talk about, you know, you got to get some, you got to prepare and all that kind of stuff. I'm I'm pretty sure it's not. I've actually started a campfire before at some kind of camp. You know, learn some survival skills and all that. But some of those survival skills I um, need to relearn to do. But I know how to start a campfire and all that. It's not that hard. Um, but I don't know how to hunt, to process the meat and all that, cut the meat and cut the deer, moose, elk, of course. Um, I'm not too sure. I know for sure moose are not in Virginia. Elk, I'm not too sure, but deer, yeah. Let's see. Well, well, the thing is, Zombie Farmer not too long ago said, I'm not gonna help other people out." So you call yourself a Christian, but yet you say on YouTube for the whole world to see, to listen to you talk, and you said, "Oh, I'm not gonna help people." That's what Zombie Farmer said. "I'm not gonna help you. I'm just gonna let you fend for yourself." I'm not fasting. I can barely go 16 hours without food. See, my thing is, of course, I need to quit anyways. I need to quit dipping. Yeah, I know you would. I actually, I actually trust you, Tech, uh, Freedom Fighter, Freedom Inc. Sorry, I trust Freedom Inc. Tech, UNG. Let's see who else. Dave, and several others, including Faith. Yep. And speaking of dipping and all that, and topic of cancer, somebody from the firehouse. I was at the firehouse last weekend. Somebody said, "At least I can actually mask up and go inside of a fire." I actually said to that dude, "Yeah, you want to get lung cancer and all that kind of stuff? By all means, you be my guest." I'm lucky enough that I have skin cancer, but who knows if I actually got skin cancer because of firefighting or because I'm a ginger. So How is Crazy Dave? He hasn't been commenting on my videos here lately there, NG. Oh, Tech, you just made me hungry for mashed potatoes. Oh, well, seeing that right now makes me want to quit dipping. I actually quit dipping once before. I stopped dipping for about a week, and then, of course, the stress and all that kind of stuff from being a firefighter and all that, it got to me. Of course, I was way back in early 2019. Or I like scallop potatoes too. They're tech. Man, I can't wait for this next Wednesday to be done and over with because I got to put new tires on my car. Is Putin at risk of being assassinated? All right. Speaking of which, here's my thoughts on the Russia and Ukraine situation. Personally, I think the U.S. needs to stop being the world police. That's what I believe. The U.S. needs to stop being the world police. Simple. And sending over weapons and all that, Russia's going to say, well, that's a threat to us. Also, there are some old-time conservatives who believes that Russia is making moves to become a communist country again. They might be right. They might be right. Maybe maybe that is the truth. Maybe that's what's going on. Maybe Russia is trying to go back to being a communist country. They want to go back to being the Soviet Union. But anyways, I'm not sweating the Ukraine and Russia bull crap. I'm not sweating it one bit. Well, NG, I actually believe maybe Russia is starting to go back to being they want to be the Soviet Union. Why in the world would they have troops at the border, at the Russia and Ukraine border? Something is going on behind the scenes. Maybe it is a fact. Maybe it's true what those old time conservatives. Maybe the Ruskies want to go back to being communist again. Well, of course, what was it back? The fall of the Soviet Union. The solution of the Soviet Union that was in December 26, 1991. They had Kazakhstan, Belarus, Ukraine. I know Ukraine was a part of the Soviet Union, so I think Russia might be on its way of being a communist country again. Yep. Federal judge in Texas blocks Biden's vaccine mandate for federal workers. Hmm. Well, see what else is going on in the world. Well, apparently, U.S. and Russia agreed to keep talking about meeting on Ukraine. The top U.S. and Russian diplomats made no major breakthrough at talks on Ukraine on Friday, but agreed to keep talking to try to resolve a crisis that has stoked fears of a military conflict. Well, I'm not too sure about the Carhartt situation. I don't know. I don't really own any Carhartt clothes, whatever. I just love this Alaska hoodie. What do you mean by that, NG? That all politics in your eyes is just stalling tactics. Personally, I think politics is a waste of time. That's what I believe. I think it is. That's what I believe. It's nothing but a waste of time, really. Well, the question is how many people will fight against the powers that be for, like you said, as you call it, the real show. See, I question the number of people who are able and willing to actually fight because there's a lot of people with health issues. But yeah, I agree with you. The end game is total control. And we, as you know, the American people, we've allowed the US government to have so much control. Oh, well, apparently I'm losing subscribers. I was at 5,104 subscribers a couple days ago. Now I'm at 5,098 subscribers. No, that's exactly what's going on out there right now. You see it every day. And of course, the people of the right, they say, well, we got to build a wall. Well, people in Mexico can still dig holes underneath the wall, or they can hitch rides from uh, ships and get into the US illegally through the ports. Well, Tech, that's what they tried to do here in Virginia in late 2019. I believe the bill was called, let me check it. I think it's SB 64. I think it is. Yeah, I think yeah. I know it was in the 2020 session. SB 64 paramilitary activities penalty. Let's see here. But anyways, they tried to pass a bill here in Virginia in late 2019 to make it illegal for you know for any kind of martial arts training like karate, taekwondo, kung fu, any kind of martial arts that you can think of. Um, Martial arts can be beneficial. Yeah, I might have to do that. NG register my hands as lethal weapons, deadly weapons. Oh, you remember that bill? The SB 64? Yeah. Let's see here. Well, that's exactly what they're doing every single day, Tech. They're signing 4473 forms every chance they get. Even I've heard liberals, buying guns during at the start of the coronavirus pandemic. I think a lot of people, see the attitude with gun owners. They have some kind of this mentality that martial arts doesn't always work, but they do. Taekwondo, jiu-jitsu, um, even ninjutsu. Like what the what's the martial arts? Was it ninjutsu? Like the ninjas use? Like, see, a lot of people don't realize, especially in ninjutsu, they it's about stealth, espionage, and all that kind of stuff. Like, you're trained. It's like being in the special forces in the civilian world, the civilian realm. Ninjutsu is the it factor. Of course, ninjutsu, if I learned how to do ninjutsu, and I was a black belt in karate, and I learned how to, if I was a sword expert master in the samurai martial arts, while at the same time know how to, of course, I know how to use a gun, I'd be freaking lethal. But these gunners, they go around and say, "Oh, martial arts, they don't do anything." Well, they do, especially in kung fu. Like, a punch can do a lot of damage to your your body's organs, especially your heart. Like a punch right here, hard enough, it could cripple you or it could kill you. But ninja stars, like from what 5 yards away, could still be lethal. That's if you're hidden pretty well. Fishing for sockeye salmon. Yeah, buddy. Now that's some good eating right there. Catch and cook. I would like to have my own katana NG, but I don't know of any websites that I can, customize a katana that I want to get. I don't know what type of metal. I think Tahagame, whatever it is, I'm pretty sure Tahagame is pretty expensive. They have different steels like 1095 or something like that. 1060. What is it? 1095 steel. High carbon steel. 1095. You have 1060, 1095. What's the other metals? Hagame is one of those metals, the jewel steel, apparently. Hagame is produced from iron, sand, a source of iron ore, and mainly used to make samurai swords, such as katana and some tools. What metals best used for 1045 carbon steel is the minimum acceptable standard for a katana sword. When that number goes up to like 1060 or 1095 high carbon steel, actually 1060 carbon steel provides a good balance of strength and hardness. No, I was seeing a video on my end of somebody on YouTube catching sockeye salmon in Alaska. So, see, a bunch of people don't realize you can get all your food in Alaska. Salmon, king salmon, sockeye salmon, a bunch of fish. Like, you can, I'm pretty sure there's a bunch of lakes in the U.S. that you can get your food from, like largemouth bass. Haven't ate trout before, especially rainbow trout, but You got sturgeons. You got muskies. You got pikes, northern pikes. Now that's some good eating right there, buddy. Tech, I think a lot of people don't realize that now knives can do just as much damage as sword or even freaking bullets. Yeah, see. The thing is, if I had the resources and all that to, I'm not too sure. Not too sure that you can make primers, but you know, casings and all that, brass casings. Pretty sure you can make all that, especially put in the gunpowder and the bullets and everything. You can do that all by yourself. See, I think that's the biggest thing here that a lot of people do. Like everybody relies on convenience. They just it's convenient for them. Like I said in one of my previous videos, everybody expects that a retail store, a mall, Paul's gun shop is going to have um, ammo and all that kind of stuff that's ready to go, ready to be used. Everybody goes to the grocery store and gets ramen noodles and all that kind of stuff. Everybody goes to fast food restaurants and all that because it's convenient for them. Well, that metal MG is useful, especially brass. Most pistol bullets are made of lead, in case soft brass or copper plated, soft steel jacket. You got steel too, so yeah. I think a lot of people don't realize that, maybe homesteading is the way to go. But then you have to buy your own um, sheep, goats, pigs, chickens, and all that. Possibly cows. I wonder. Oh, no, I'm not going to say this online, but anyways. Yeah, I think that I should have said that homesteading with the community, especially up in northern areas like, you know, Manitoba, Alberta, Minnesota, Maine, especially Maine and Alaska, Idaho, Washington, North Dakota, places like that. You have to have a community, and that's something I'm looking for right now. Because I wanna do all that hunting and all that kind of stuff, process the meat and cut the deer up and all that, process the meat and all that shit, and, build my own log cabin and everything, you know, just do all that stuff because quite honestly, I think everybody will benefit from it'd be beneficial to be self-reliant, self-sufficient. All right, guys. Well, I got to get off. I got to get something to eat, but oh, you live in Colorado? I think your best bet NG is to go where Freedom Inc is at because you want to be surrounded with someone who's like-minded like you. It's like you said, homesteading with a community. That's exactly what you want. Yeah, pretty much. I, you know, I love the state, just like Alaska and Maine. But of course, I'm a fan of the Colorado Avalanche. But my sister lives in Colorado. Camirado. But I think the your best bet is, moving down to Tennessee alongside with Freedom Inc. if you can. But anyways, guys, I got to get off here. Got to get something to eat. But I'll talk to you guys later. See y'all.